Hey everyone, it's Sarah here. So I am here to set up week 16 in my Hobonichi Cousin. And if you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a project manager, and I use some of my project manager skills to incorporate functional planning in my Hobonichi Cousin. So this week, what is the deal with this week? This week, I would like to, and what I'm trying to focus on is I'm going to do a pen only, and I'm going to kind of show you how I use multiple planners. So you won't see the multiple planners because there's some, business stuff in there and, things that I have to keep private, for my life. But anywho, so I'll kind of clue in, you'll see corners of them and things. So I'll show them, I'll kind of point them out in the video. So anyhow, we're going to get into it, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more functional planning for, kind of people that have professional jobs. And yeah, that's me. So what you're seeing here is last week's dailies, which I absolutely hated my planner last week. I don't know what got into me last weekend when I was doing my plan with me, but I'm let me incorporate art journaling into it. I couldn't handle it. All week, I was oh my God, as Monday morning, I was I hate this. Why did I do this? I was a mess all week over it. And I was just trying to push through it, and I will never do that again. But it's funny, I tried something, it didn't work. I know now that I cannot be doing that stuff in my planner, but I wanted to try it out because I will be going back into the office soon, and there's no way I'm going to be putting out an art journal planner on my desk, right? So I wanted to just try it while I was working from home, but I'll never do it again. Not for me. It was very distracting for me. So here, what am I doing? I am going through and I'm getting all my next actions out of my head. So I'm running through my trigger list. That weekly review pencil board is kind of the way to help empty my brain, jog my memory, those kind of things. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. And I love this thing. This is it's my ride or die, if you will, but I will never not use one of these trigger lists. It works so well for me. So I'm just going through and I'm, like I said, emptying my brain, and I'm really just using stuff in my brain right now. What is all in the nooks and cranny. Before I didn't point it out, but I was looking at my daily pages and capturing anything in my daily inbox, and I stuck it in there first. There wasn't much because I really was struggling with my planner last week. So I do kind of three things, and here I'm looking at my 90-day Kanban. So if you'd like to look at how I set up my 90-day plan, I'll leave a link for that. And then I'm just looking to see where I'm supposed to be at in the schedule, and it helped remember that I'm waiting for someone for a Salesforce date. And then I was looking at my Kanban board, where am I supposed to be? And I got a lot accomplished this week. Unfortunately, it wasn't for my 90-day plan because something came up where they're I need you to do this right away, which that's life. And it was priority, it was important. So I just had to adjust, So 90-day plan, I'm behind. I still feel I can get it executed in 90 days from what I have control over. So I'm still feeling okay with it, even though I'm behind. And here I'm doing that pen only. So, I guess, is it a pen only if you use a marker? And if I'm breaking rules here, I apologize. But I'm just using that just to break up my days and kind of drive highlights and focus on different parts of the weekly spread here. I don't really use my my weekly spread for the weekends because it's very unstructured, which is, I want it that way, so I don't really use it. But so Sundays I use as my trackers. And then I'm putting in my weekly schedule. So what is my weekly work schedule? And I have two ways to start off my morning. So from 8 to 9, I do my work routines. And this is how I drive my KPIs. I capture my data, and that's how I manage my team's performance and all that kind of stuff. So And that always evolves because I kind of work on new dashboards and then I hand them off to a team member once they're kind of matured the process. All right, so here is one of my planners. So I'm looking at my Outlook app, my calendar for work. So I have it in my hand in the lower left-hand side. So I'm using my phone. So I guess it's redundant, but during the week, my phone really tells me where to go or what meetings to go to. However, I like to put it in this weekly spread because it shows me the buckets of time that I have free and taking. So technically, that's one planning system, my phone, my work phone. So one, check. And that really keeps track of my meetings, and that will never go away because we obviously use Outlook to understand like who has time available, what meetings at work, and it's all of us internally. So obviously, that's never going to go away. The other thing that I'm doing, so I am focusing on, like mental health, self-care, and I take that time to do my AM routine, which is like coffee and journal, that kind of stuff. So you see that up at the top. And, that journaling thing is a habit that I've been trying to build with like health, which was the theme for what are we in April, March. So you just saw me grab my Hobonichi weeks, which I use for my like PlantheGrind planner. And it helps me keep track of like my content and my Etsy shop releases and my Patreon. So check out my Patreon if you'd like to do a CI project with us. Doesn't matter when you start. So, and like my work planner is basically this whole system is my primary system. So you see when I was doing my Kanbans and stuff, that's my work planner. So this is basically my work planner, but it's the everything planner. It's like my go-to. Saturdays, I'm trying to just keep track of my print and my Etsy like to-do list for the week. And then I'm putting my top 3 in there. So this is my primary planning system for work. So this is one planner. So that's another one. And I do keep track of my emails, how many times I get to inbox 0, because that helps me mentally like feel accomplished just getting to inbox 0. But I also have, a while back I was working on boundaries, so I'm not working extra hours anymore. So what you see me doing is I just looked at my progress planner, which is the planner we use in my continuous improvement project for Patreon, and I was actually I came up with a system like for the Patreon team, like group gang, and I went and I checked that to identify areas that I want to declutter. So that was another planner that I have. Like I said, so this is my primary planning system. So I usually just migrate, and I do this stuff off camera, and then I'm like, why don't I talk about this? But I have those other planners where I set the plan out in those for those different areas of my life. But the execution is in this primary planning, my execution system, if you will. So like how I get everything done throughout the day and the different like times of day. And I don't mean times, but like the morning is me time. And then the middle of the day is is work time. And then after work is like, plan the grind or family or whatever. So the different stages of the day I incorporate into this everyday planner here. And these are my daily, so I do have those stickers because I'm not writing all that out. There's just no way. And it's important to me, and I started to use them a lot this week. I finally charged my Garmin and been wearing that. And I need to start working on the low FODMAP diet again because I'm definitely struggling at night. So that's another reason why I need to use those stickers, because I'm not writing them out and I'll be like, I don't need to do it. I'll do it every day and then I won't do it. So just this 45, actually my plan with me is about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And I can take 30 minutes to set myself up for the week, right? And be successful. So my dailies, you know how I do. I like my next action inbox agenda. And I don't use every section every day, but it helps me like organize the day. And here I'm using this A4. I really love it's not that fancy, obviously. I probably could get a little bit creative with this, but I'm tracking how many available hours I have to work on myself, like self-care, my business, my family. So I have 55 hours available to me next week in the Uber state, right? possible, which is not really 55 hours, but how do I use those 55 hours? Loving that. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you liked this plan with me. And have you ever created a spread that you absolutely hated? So tell me about it in the comments. Bye, everyone.